I mean, I feel like I know everything about this competition, but that's the one thing I didn't know.
Oh, you didn't get that, did you?
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is Sunningdale. Hi guys, Peter Finch here, and I am joined by Sophie Walker.
Hello.
And we are at Sunningdale for the Sunningdale Foresomes, oddly enough, and we're having a practice round today. We've already been around the new, and we're having a little trot around the old. I've not played here before, and you'll probably tell by the length of this vlog how well we do. It's a knockout after each round, so first round tomorrow, then second round Wednesday, third, fourth, and so on and so forth. The Friday is the final day, is that right, Soph?
Semi-finals and final.
Oh, all on one day?
Yeah, it gets pretty hardcore.
Alright, okay, so need to conserve our energy then. No more pizza huts. Or more pizza huts.
More sausage sandwiches.
More sausage sandwiches. Like literally, that was I'd say that was probably third on the list of why I came, that halfway hut. Yeah. Literally, like the first thing Sophie said when she actually asked me to play was, oh yeah, come play Sunningdale, it's got a great halfway house. And I was like, okay. Course, by the way, is awesome. This is like the truest heathland course which I've probably ever seen, really. I'll throw some clips in of the new, and let's get some practice in around the old. We'll just do some chipping and putting. It's getting quite late in the day. This place literally smells of history, the best way I can describe it. And I don't mean in a bad way, I mean in an amazing old school club kind of way. Good morning, it is Tuesday and it's the first day of competition today. We didn't manage to actually play that much golf last night, did a tiny little bit more practice, but ultimately because of the early start that we both had yesterday, we just came back to the hotel and actually caught up on some rest. Underappreciated part of practice, you got to be well rested. I'm really looking forward to getting out and playing today, but there is maybe a slight snafu. There's a storm coming through which the meteorologists have called Storm Gareth, which, let's be honest, it doesn't sound like the most aggressive storm. However, it is going to be kind of blowing at about 50 miles an hour, I think, when we're about halfway through our round, which actually might call off the event for the day because there's a lot of trees, and if it's blowing at 50, then it's probably going to be gusting and much higher than that, and that could kind of cause some real damage. However, as my mama used to say, well, actually still says, you got to prepare for every eventuality. So I've got 4 layers on currently, I've got 2 more on standby plus my waterproof because it's meant to be absolutely smashing it down as well. And as Sophie rightly said yesterday, because it's match play, everyone's playing the same course. So if it was stroke play, it could be, well, it might be a little bit unfair, but actually on match play, because you're just playing your opponents, then it's just you against the other team. So we're going to head over to Sunningdale, grab some breakfast, see what the lay of the land is. My mum and dad are actually down here as well. They fancied having a walk around. You'll see how long that lasts. Right, let's go meet Gareth. Now, you wouldn't actually believe this, guys, but well, you can see by the puddle here. So this is a heathland golf course, so it's going to drain better than, well, apart from a links, really. It is absolutely smashed it down today, and look at it now, we've just finished and it's just perfect blue skies. However, on the positive, we got through, so we won 3-1. It was more of a war of attrition, really. If you got a par today, you basically won the hole. And I have to say, Simon and Mike, who caddied for me and Soph, were just unbelievable. Like, we literally would not have got past 12 holes without them because of the weather. I feel like I've been on an exploration today. Oh, this is very much in order. So first, congratulations on the amazing victory. Do you feel proud?
I'm just proud of us. I'm so chuffed that we just kept going.
Yeah, it was a bit of a battle near the end, that, wasn't it?
Near the end?
That's near the
I was in
end.
the starter slot on the first tee. Pete had the first tee shot. I didn't want to leave.
Oh dear. It was a good first tee shot, that was actually.
It was pretty special. No, I couldn't reach the green.
Started off so well. I was just going to say, how many pars did we have today? 5 maybe, the most?
Yeah, I think we have more than 5.
More than 5.
Less than
6. And you two walking around today, Mum and Dad, why? I just don't understand. Like, I literally would have had no issue with you walking in after 2 holes.
We came down for the nice weather, didn't we?
You came down for the nice
Came
weather?
down south for the nice weather. Yeah.
Well, you've got it now.
It says Sunningdale.
The clue is in the name. Right guys, it is time for day 2. Day 2. We've been down here for 3 days now, I'm getting all confused. But after our monumental victory yesterday, myself and Soph are playing James Morrison. Who's James playing with? Do we know?
James's friend.
James's friend. James Morrison and James's friend. So James is a tour pro, and a good one at that. So we've got our work out today. However, I'm determined to be staying here for another day. I want to play the old course 3 times. Okay. Today will be the first, and then we're playing again this afternoon, aren't we, when we win?
Yeah, it's old course from now on.
Oh, from now on?
That's it, old course from now on.
Ah, right, okay, so I want to play it
6 times.
6, is that how many times it is for the final?
Yeah.
Okay, 6 more times if we have to. So this is our forecast. We're teeing off at 8:30, so we're probably going to miss any rain. Just check out that wind that comes in. That's miles per hour. Oh, what a difference a day makes. That green is now completely dry. Not a single puddle on the golf course, and the sun is out. But so that is the wind now. It's just gone past 7 in the morning. And that means that as soon as it gets, yeah, it's going to be windy. It's going to be very windy. We're back in Manchester, so that probably tells you how that round went. I'll do like a full little review, but it's been an awesome few days.
I know.
I'm ready for a nap, if I'm being honest with you.
I need to learn to hold some putts.
Well, I need to learn how to hit it closer. We need to learn how to do a lot, really.
Yeah, we got dusted.
Dusted.
today.
We got dusted today, didn't
Yeah,
we? We got
too
dusted.
Good, weren't they? We
Well,
were good, they were just too good.
Yeah, they were alright, weren't they?
Yeah.
Decent players.
Nice guys as well.
Yeah, that's the main thing. That's what we're saying on camera.
Yeah.
Okay, back at the academy today, and it's going to be a full day of practice, which I'm kind of looking forward to actually. I booked out my entire diary this week with the intention of actually getting through to the final of the Sunningdale Foresomes, which obviously didn't happen. So I've got a couple of days completely free, which I've not had in quite some time. So I'm going to practice, I'm going to try and get my swing a little bit back in order. So playing in the wind and playing in the rain, it can kind of throw you a little bit, and certainly my swing feels a lot looser than I'd want. Also need to do a little bit of a recap of the Sunningdale Foresomes, what was great about it, and obviously what can I learn from it as well, because it was an unusual event. It's something that I've never done before, a foursomes match play knockout tournament around that type of course. Incredible. Okay, decent grind there. I was basically, first of all, working on my swing, just trying to figure out a couple of things that have changed playing in the wind and the rain. And yeah, I'm getting back to kind of where I want my swing to be. It's just having that mix of block and competitive practice that I seem to find works best for me. So I just had a little comp there, so 10 shots to 165 yard with an A time. Had to hit the green every time. Thankfully, managed to do that, and now I'm on to the FSX Skills challenges as well. So just before we launch into the FSX Skills challenge, if you haven't seen one before, it's 5 points for a middle ring, it's 3 points for an outer ring, and then 1 point for an outer ring, and then nothing if you've missed the target. Now my best score so far is 54 points, the record is 58, and this is my basically first FSX Skills challenges with my new clubs. Now also during this test I might sound a little bit like a psychopath, but I have been going at this for about a good 3-4 hours. This is probably about my 25th attempt, something like that, and I was very much in the zone, and I was using a little bit of mental separation to put myself aside from the task at hand to try and let the result come to me, is probably the best way of describing it. So enjoy, and yeah, Let's see how we get on.
Oh, this is definitely last go today. Body is breaking down. Everything that you've got left. Everything that you need to do in this one. Ooh, that would have been nice. Everything that you need, everything that you want. This target hates me. All the way home. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. Gotta be at last. Get that kick. Get that kick. Okay. To the 6 iron. Onto the 5 iron. Same kick. 230. It's not a great strike. A little bit dodge. Oh, you're joking me.
Okay, so could have absolutely smashed it. They just came up short on those last 2 targets. If I'd got 5 points on either of those, I'd have been absolutely amazing. I'd have been there, but so-so. Such is life. That's what I was looking for. But it shows that I'm there, pretty much. I just need to get over the line with it now. It's been dragging on too long. For me, I just want to get it done. And to look back on the Sunningdale Foresomes, it was a pretty awesome event. I have to say, I definitely want to try and enter next year. And it was hard to tell exactly where my game was at. I mean, yes, it was a competitive situation, and I have to say my nerves were completely under control. So I was very happy about that, considering what it was like in Greece on the first round I played. It was difficult to understand how good I was striking it, how good I was putting it, and the rest of it, just because the conditions were so extreme. To be super wet one day and windy, and then really windy the next, it was slightly confusing in that regard. So playing with James Morrison and playing with Sophie as well as my partner was really great. Obviously Sophie's played on tour for a number of years. She's now coaching at the Range in Manchester, so the indoor studio, and James is still playing. And James's partner Duncan, he was playing some really good golf, +2 handicap. So it was a good match, and in all fairness, we took them pretty consistently. I think we were all square to like the 13th, and then we just lost a few holes in a row, and that was that really. We kind of held it together really well apart from those last few holes. So that was a bit of a disappointment, but overall pretty pleased with how we competed with those guys. But it also got me thinking, because I played with Callum Shinkwin for a few holes. He joined me and So for a practice round, and he drove it very far. I mean, I was about 15 yards behind him on one of the drives, and then about 80 on the other one, and that was his definite strength. And then when I was playing with James, his definite strength was putting. He just hauled the world. And it kind of got me thinking, like, what is my strength? What can I actually start to build my game around?
And to be honest, at this moment in time, I'm getting better in most aspects, but there's nothing stand out. I'm an okay driver, I'm a decent iron player. My short game, putting wise, is getting better, but my chipping and my pitching still needs to improve quite a lot. What is my standout? I just don't know. Because that's something that you see when you watch really good players. They are renowned for something. You know, you think about the best player that you know, that you've played with. He's a really good something. He's a really good something. She's an amazing this. She's an amazing that. There's always something that they can build their game around. And that's a little bit what I need to try and figure out. You know, what is my main strength? And I'm only going to get to know that, of course, by playing more comps, by practicing more, and just going through the process. And there's a lot of that coming up now. So we're going into April, so many comps, end of March, into April, and then the rest of the year, loads of comps coming up. So I need to get practicing. My next one is in a couple of weeks. And sandwiched in between that is coaching, going down to London quite a few times, going on Sky Sports as well, which I'll tell you more about in the next coming weeks. Probably be quite exciting. But apart from that, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit like on this video and comment below on everything that you've seen. I will see you down here next time. Time to watch the end of the players. Right, guys, see you next time.